Right, this is a quick walk around video for a Honda CR-V. This is a 2.2 EX diesel. It's a 63 plate, as you can see, finished in passion red, and it's fitted with a really lovely series of options, which includes what we believe to be called the Urban Pack, with the front and rear bumper treatment with little silver trims in, side steps, rear spoiler, and it's got this really nice upgraded front grille that you can see there. It looks absolutely fantastic, this car. It really does. Not your normal looking car, and all the better for it. Just to go around the car for you, all the lights, lenses completely intact. There's no cracks or condensation in any of those. The bumper of the car, very clean indeed. And bonnet of the car again, very clean and tidy, given the fact that it has now covered 64,000 miles. There's a few very light stone chips on there, which you'd expect to see on any car of this age and mileage, but they're certainly in keeping and very minor indeed. Near side of the vehicle, absolutely mirror smooth down the panel work, looks absolutely spot on. And front wing there, clean as a whistle. Front alloy, can't see any marks in there at all. Worth pointing out, the tyres got loads of tread and they're all Michelins, so a full match set, which is always a really good sign of ownership on any car. Rear near side alloy again, clean as a whistle. And then just to come down this angle here, just how clean and crisp it is in the panel work there. One of my favourite angles for these is for this rear angle with the high level spoiler. It really makes the car look very striking indeed. And there you can see the silver trim insert into the rear bumper there, which forms part of this package. The offside of the vehicle, as with the near side, really is as clean as a whistle. So clean, this car. Rear offside alloy, can't see any obvious marks in there at all. And given the fact that we've literally just washed the car, we've not polished it or anything like that, it's got a really nice natural gleam to the paintwork, which is really nice to see. And then the final alloy, again very good, just the tiniest bit of curbing just there, but I'm being really picky, because we're looking at an exterior of a car that's in absolutely superb condition. Let's come into the boot area. Absolutely enormous boot on the CR-Vs, they really are. All the plastics and fabrics in here in very nice condition, really are. Underneath here we've got the original spare wheel, tools and jack there, all here and present with the vehicle. On these later CR-Vs we've got these new handles here, which basically pull those, and those seats just fold down all in one motion. So it's again exactly the same on this side here. Pop that down and they literally go down in seconds. It's so clever, and obviously you just pull the parcel shelf out of the way if you so wish. Worth putting out, obviously, electric tailgate on these CR-Vs. Press that to show you all operating exactly as it should. Coming to the back of the car now, offside rear door card, looks pretty much as new in all honesty. There's a full set of original mats fitted the car with the piping to match the leather seat colour, which looks absolutely fantastic on the car. Back of the seats all in really nice order, so not always a given on cars of this type, because family use means that kids like to kick the back of the seats out of frustration or whatever else, I'm not really sure. But the leather work is in fantastic condition. Apologise, the sun's just come out, which spoils the fun because it doesn't do any favours for sort of light and shade in here, but trust me, it's in absolutely lovely condition. Let's come into the front now. Driver's door card again with the others, in absolutely super condition. All electric window switches, electric memory seat switches, all look absolutely as new. Solera, all really nice. Obviously electric driver seat on the car, again in very good condition. Just obviously got some wear on it, as you'd expect on any used car, but it's certainly in keeping with the age, mileage, as I said. Apologise, I just left my keys on that one, do apologise. Bit unprofessional of me. up here, lovely big panoramic roof, flick open, so on days like today, nice bright days, so much natural light into the car. It's really fabulous, especially for the rear seat passengers, all working exactly as it should. So sat in the car now, engine's running, has been all the way through in the video, just a pan around the dashboard. In all honesty, it looks almost like new inside here. It's in absolutely stunning condition. As you can see there, sat nav working absolutely perfectly. If I pop the car into reverse for you, you can show there a nice clear parking camera with a little grid there to help guide you into sort of parking bays. Dual zone climate control system, again really high quality, all working exactly as it should. Gate around the gear lever, all in super order. And then down here, electric window switches, various other functions down there as well, again all working perfectly. I just pop that, just show you, even the little recesses have been kept really nice inside the car. And then down in this big centre console, we've got various other ports as well for you. Pardon me. Coming across the main binnacle here, 64,523 miles. No warning lights on, which brings me to a point. This video was done actually after the following video. When I did the road test video, which comes after this, I noted that there's an information light on for a remote key battery for one of the keys. That's now been done, so hence there's no lights on the dashboard anymore. Multifunction steering wheel looks, feels as new, as do all the switches, and everything inside the car just looks really fantastic. And this interior colouring is just glorious inside the car. It works so well. Just quickly show you there, got the full owner's manual pack, and very importantly the lock and wheel nut key is here and present with the car. So finally, just to come on the engine bay, just worth pointing out the engines always sound a lot noisier on video than they do when you actually stood here. Just the microphones and the way they pick it up. Car's been fully serviced, just been serviced by ourselves actually, so it's got nothing to do for a year on the servicing the vehicle. Beautifully presented engine bay. These are fantastic engines, very tough, very reliable. No cam belts either, which is lovely. It's cam chained. What will follow this video will be a road test of this very car. Right then, this is a road test video, and this is for a Honda CR-V 2.2 EX diesel. This particular car is registered, if I can see it, SS63SPS, and mileage at the start of the road test 64,511 miles. The reason we do the road tests, as I say in all of them, is so people can get to see the vehicles in operation prior to coming to see us. And if there's any issues with the vehicle, I can and I do relay them back to you. And that is really the purpose of the video, is we appreciate the fact that the internet has made looking for cars a lot easier, especially sort of kind of specialist cars or ones with sort of rare equipment like this one. But the potential to have your time wasted is there, as we've been on the receiving end ourselves, and nothing more frustrating to go and see a car only to find it's got a fundamental fault which would have saved you hours of time and travel if only you'd been told. So hence that's why we do the videos, and we do tell you. So starting with the engine of the vehicle, car's just been serviced. It's got lovely history to the car, and the engine feels and drives exactly as it should. It pulls very sweetly. Lots of oomph and grunt to it. There's no vibrations, there's no moans or whirrings from it that shouldn't be there. I mean, they're very tough units anyway, but it's just nice to know that they're in the condition they are. Oh, this one's it is. In terms of kind of on the dashboard here, there's no warning lights relating to the engine. Its temperature gauge is reading at a third, and it's driven well over 100 miles to us today. So it's at maximum operating temperature. So a third on the gauge is exactly where it wants to be on this or any other Honda car, petrol or diesel as it happens. Just so you know, there is a yellow warning light on the vehicle, or information light actually. It's sort of not the most what you want to worry about too much, because it says change keyless remote battery on the readout here, so I'll be putting a new battery in the remote key fob and that'll get rid of that light immediately, which when I do the walk around video, I will show that as done. Perversely, this video will come after the walk around video, so that you'll get told about it after you find out that it's been fixed, but that's by the by. Engine then feeds through clutch and into gearbox. Clutch is smooth, squeak free, ratchet free in terms of operation. Didn't affect these later ones, it was the earlier ones. Earlier generation CRVs used to suffer from the occasional squeaky clutch pedal, but these seem to be far better in that sense. The bite point is exactly where it wants to be, and there's no vibrations or change in engine note whether clutch is in or out. Clutch then feeds through into the 6-speed gearbox, another absolutely brilliant Honda gearbox. They do these things so well. It's short and throw, it's got a mechanical feel to it, which is all more remarkable because obviously, as with most cars, it'll be running cables through from the gear lever into the gearbox itself. But what it's got is a really high quality gear change. Synchromesh is absolutely brilliant. I can't detect anywhere in the linkage of the gear change at all, literally nothing. It just feels as though I'm sort of spootling along in a new car. It feels tight as a drum, it really does. Likewise, steering of the car, it's accurate, it's got no vibrations to it, tracking absolutely as it should. It's one of the better systems when it comes to, because obviously this is now the generation that starts using electric power steering, which is not always that popular with me or lots of people actually, because what it's giving you is kind of artificial information, if you like, but this compared to most is actually quite very good. It's nice and accurate, it's got a kind of a weight about it which is nice, but again, can't detect any wear in it, which is what this video is actually all about. Same with the suspension of the vehicle, very well judged by Honda, very comfortable, really surprising the lack of body roll, or it's minimal by comparison to a lot of manufacturers, but they've just judged it really well. And again, I can't detect any wear coming through underneath, and what I'm looking for really in suspension is just kind of little noises, clonks or otherwise. Not the pen that's rolling around in the door bin, unfortunately, which is really irritating me, which I'll get rid of in a second. But it's just got there's no mechanical noises, and that's the things I'm worried about, or the things you look out for really are like anti-roll bar links, little bushes, rubber bushes on the drop links, and it's just frustrating when it. Sorry, just changing this. If you can hear mechanical noises coming underneath, and that could be really annoying. But it's nothing there. There's nothing at all. So just faffing around getting the cruise control functioning, and it works exactly as it should. So just checking that for you whilst I'm doing it. Should really concentrate on what I'm talking about. I do apologise. Just going to give the brakes a little bit of a shove now. It's got a nice solid brake pedal there. It's when the nose is dropping down, it drops down nice and straight and true, which suggests again sort of brake balance, and suspension struts are all in good order up front as well. Also very quiet, these cars, and on the move. What I listen out for when I'm on the road tests as well is just any kind of wind hiss coming in, which may come in through a sunroof seal, a windscreen seal or door seal, which might have been accidentally damaged, but all out exactly as it should be in here. Looking around inside the car, lovely places to sit. They really are. They're beautifully made, and that is something that's very hard to get across on these videos. It feels a solid car on the road. It just hunkers down beautifully, and so all the way through the controls. But what's lovely is there's no buzzers or trim creaking going on at all. Literally nothing in here. And it's just a really nice dashboard as well. It's not overly complicated, but it's very well equipped. You've got this high up display for the sat nav system, then further up there you've got more information. It's in the line of sight as well. But it just all comes together really nicely. Good quality plastics in here. They're taking certain styling themes from other manufacturers. Clearly this sort of swept bit with the silver trim straight out of a BMW of years gone by, but it's no worse for it. You know, it's just that Honda sort of put them together better, and also they stay reliable longer as well. This one obviously has the lighter interior trim, which is really, really nice on the car. You know, on darker days, I'm doing this video sort of later in the day than I would do normally. You know, a dark black leather interior is really nice, nothing wrong with it. But you know, I've got a real soft spot for these sort of lighter trims now with these two-tone bits. You know, when it's done well, because it can look pretty awful if it's not. But the choices of colours Honda have come up with work really, really well on the car. Every switch I pressed has worked exactly as it should, so all in really nice order. All the pixelation on the dashboard readouts, again, work perfectly. Air conditioning, heated seats, all working exactly as it should. You know, but it's the quality of the controls which impress on Honda. Every button you press has just got a lovely action to it. It really has. It's just got a you just know it's a quality manufacturer as soon as you touch them. You know, it's a bit like touching some, you know, really high quality kind of audio equipment or something like that. It's got that lovely feel to it that, you know, those switches are going to feel like that in years to come as well, and they always do. So just finally coming to the four-wheel drive system of the car. If you haven't used it before or don't know about it, Honda, you know, they worked out years and years ago that most people will be driving like this in these cars. You know, so they're running. What's the point in running in four-wheel drive? So I'm just going to get out this chap's way. What's the point in running in four-wheel drive when you don't need to? You're just chewing up tyres, using extra fuel, putting sort of mechanical wear on the car you don't need to. So for most of the time, which is literally 99% for most people, it just runs in front-wheel drive. You know, that's the most efficient way to run any car. Only as and when it needs the rear wheels to kick in will it do it for you. You don't press any switches, you don't do anything at all. It just basically, you can imagine being, you know, pulling a caravan across a sort of muddy pitch, as I've done many a time. Front wheels start to spin, rears automatically kick in, and it's seamless. It's brilliant the way it does it. And you just plough your way out the field, and before you know it, the four-wheel drive's turned itself off because it doesn't need it anymore. And it's as seamless as that. But the ingenious part is just how simple it is, and that's why it is unbelievably reliable. We've never touched one. They're just amazingly, amazingly strong systems. As I said, the point of the video really is to try and point out on any issues there might be with the car. And as I said, I have done many times on previous videos, but there's nothing on this. It drives absolutely beautifully. So the only warning light, as I pointed out, is for a remote key battery, which I'll do in the next few minutes. So there'll be nothing on it at all. It's a lovely car. If I've missed anything on the video, please don't hesitate. Do give us a call, and we'll answer any questions you might have.